I had planned, and this was a game day decision to let these 4 kids sit there, but I saw the problem happening about 2 days in advance because these 2 friends wanted to come, and I knew the friends would want to stay together, not be separated out, and so Lisa made the call that they get our seats, and if I told you how much each of those seats were, you would absolutely throw up. So I was sick. I was sick for about a minute, and then I let it go. But I told Luke, who's Johnny's friend, I just said, Luke, at the end of Hey Jude, they're all going to get together, and they're going to hold hands, and they're going to bow. And then after that bow, they might start waving. You throw this shirt, and you fold it up like a football, and you throw it as hard as you can. Like, I can't get it out. I can't. I said, you can do it. You can do it. I said, it's not an option, because, of course, the plan was for me to do it, right? I was going to do it no matter what. But now I've delegated it to this kid, and I was, I didn't think it was, and he said, I can't do it, I can't do it. And we were there early enough. We were there early enough. We were there early enough that the stadium wasn't quite full yet, and he and Johnny were practicing throwing the shirt. And I had to go back to him and say, no, it's got to have more arch because you'll never get it past the security guys. They'll knock it down. It's got to get up onto the. Nevertheless, I'm standing there, and this thing, it came right out of my right eye. It just, and I'd actually forgotten about it because of the spectacle of the whole thing. And all of a sudden, this white thing comes flying, and Paul is leaving the stage like this, you know, he's waving. He turns, and it hits him right in the. He had to lean down a little bit, but he caught it mid. Perfect. And it kind of startled him. And as he undid the shirt, oh, I'd also told Luke, because I said every 10 minutes or so, hold it up throughout the concert, so he can see it. And because I had attached this Sharpie, which has been used by Paul McCartney. This is how it was. It was, you know, we wound up like eBay items. And so
we should try fingerprints.
Yeah. And so I said, where was I? Oh, I said, I said, hold it up throughout the show, and several times. Make sure he sees the shirt. Make sure he sees that there's this pen. You're going to be close enough, there's no doubt he's going to see it. And the reason why I knew that if Paul saw this shirt, if it got anywhere close to him, I knew he'd sign it, because it's a picture of the Beatles taken by Linda Eastman in 1967 at the launch of the Sgt. Pepper album. There was a party at their manager's house. And this is the famous picture of all the Beatles. Paul McCartney ends up marrying, that's when he met Linda, his wife, Linda Eastman, who took this picture. And then, about 2 years ago, Paul's daughter, Stella, sold this t-shirt. You can see her in a second. She put these silly clown noses on it. And it's Stella McCartney. If you guys know anything about Stella, she's a high-end designer. You can buy a Stella McCartney dress for a couple $1,000 or whatever. Blah, blah. So if you donate it to this McCartney charity, you got a t-shirt. So I donated to the charity. I think I removed 30 mines in Afghanistan or something like that. And then this t-shirt comes in the mail from London, England. And so I knew if he saw the shirt, he would know that where, you know, I've seen him wear it. I've seen Ringo wear the shirt. I've seen, he would know definitely what it was all about. So, back to the end of Hey Jude, they did their bow. All of a sudden, this white thing comes flying, and it caught it. Then it all came flashing back. He did it, because the whole time, and by the way, I couldn't see him because my other seats that I ended up sitting in were the equivalent of where Leighton and Catherine and my mom and dad were, but on the other side. So I never saw the kids for the rest of the concert at all. Couldn't see him at all. So I had no idea if he remembered or what. I had no idea. But all of a sudden I see this thing coming, and it all dawned back now. He did it. And because he'd been saying, I'm not going to do it. I'm too nervous. I don't dare do it. And he did it. Threw it. He catches it. And then when Paul caught it in the bundle, like this somehow, he opened it up. And if you go to YouTube, you can actually find a video. You see him go. He goes, That's exactly what he does. He looks at it and he goes, ah. He recognized what it was. He goes walking off, and he goes, ah. And he walks off stage and he holds it up. You can see him holding this up as he walks off stage. And then about 15 seconds later, they all come back out for their first encore, and he's waving this big state of Utah flag, and he's running back and forth on the stage. But in his left hand is his bundle, this white bundle. And I'm thinking, that's my shirt.
John and I went, oh my. I was afraid he was going to get arrested. That I just said, John, you cannot try to get this.
But anyways, he comes running back out, and he has my shirt, and let's say that's the edge of the stage. And of course, he had not seen me. He didn't know who I was at all. But Luke, who had been holding it up throughout the show, he walked, and Will and Johnny and Cole, he'd been corresponding, he'd been talking to them. He'd been talking to them the whole show. He runs up to the edge of the stage and tosses it right to Luke. Luke catches it, and then Will brings it over to me, and it was chaos. This is the end of the show, so it says, you can see, above his head, it says Paul McCartney, Utah, 2010, and then he drew a little heart and filled it in. There you go.
That's awesome.
Well, the fingers came to those boys.
I think
brilliant.
I think it was the drummer that actually signed it.
They definitely. You heard, if you remember, he says, "Well, it's a diverse crowd here we have tonight. A lot of young people." He was talking right at I got a text from their dad. Is he talking about our boys? I said, you better believe he's talking. So that is what happened, and I've been a huge fan. That almost seals the deal. The next thing I gotta have is a photograph with him, and then I'm done with spending money. Paul McCartney.